Yeah, we got a license for her. She's definitely, she was driving this vehicle.
Okay. Which way was she going?
She was telling me she was going westbound. But
Do you have any witness?
I got the other driver that's involved. So he's saying like they drove that she was going eastbound and he was going westbound. So they kind of sideswiping or blocking direction, causing the car to flip over. She's saying like she's fine and everything. She's like when fire and everybody arrived down, she was already sitting down.
So who's talked with her thus far? Who's talked to her thus far?
Who talked to her already? I did. So she did say she was operating that vehicle.
Coming from?
She didn't tell me where she was coming from. I don't know why it was there. Yeah. So she basically says she was going westbound, but everybody else is in. I mean, the other
Do we
guys.
have any C4?
Huh?
Do we have any C4?
We don't have. We have C4, but they don't get this far. State police, Capitol Police, they might have something better.
Did we already get the information for that?
Not yet.
Have you talked to him?
No, I thought he said he was involved with going westbound with the navigator was down there. So basically, that's what caused it. Basically, kind of like that side
Explorer?
No.
Why is it Explorer all jacked up?
Well, she probably, like, when she flipped, she probably got it.
Alright, so I'll go through the
I need a time of operation that we can work on getting. Even if C4,
Okay.
like on the Capitol robbery, you're gonna see lights,
Yeah.
go crazy. Flip.
I like you know what I mean? Okay, so it's fine.
Sorry, just so you know, there's a news channel right behind you on the road.
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure you know.
No, it's...
I'm waiting for the paramedic to either.
Hey, there's.
Have her
What are you
go.
looking for camera?
Yeah, just so we can verify time of operation.
There's got to be one on 9. There's got to be one on 390.
There's one there at the front.
Alright, originally our guys told me it was just... He just got here.
I'm parked at the end because I just left the restaurant. Is there a
The white car?
Yeah, the white Jeep on this right hand side.
Oh, on the right hand side?
Yeah, is it possible that I could
Yeah, you can fit between the cars and or the
You
cruiser
think
and
so?
the white. Yeah, I pulled in this way.
Okay.
Yeah, let me see if this guy can be able to, because he was the other way.
Who called?
Uh,
I'm still waiting to see if it's official refusal or not.
yeah.
They just checked her
No,
blood
he
sugar.
is good.
Well,
He is good.
Grab you a blanket.
okay, for this Apple app call, do you know who initially called?
Ma'am, you said you have a coat in the car?
I would love to make
It's in your car. You want me to grab it for you? Her jacket. She's cool.
No.
I shook it out a little bit. I want to make
much.
sure there was no glass in it.
Oh, thank you. No, this is not my.
That's not yours?
Well, I have a additional coat.
There's another one? If it's not a refusal and I can do a test, can we make sure that cameraman's not in sight of her? I don't need it's a conference when I made for that to be. Yeah, I've seen him just move around now. He's over here. Ah, this jacket's the one she was talking about. This one? Ma'am? This one better?
What's the phone number we can put in the computer for you?
Did you see any?
Okay, I'm gonna get you out of here in a second, okay?
I got enough, so I'll just take one out. T, she's getting both. She's getting both. No, not yet. I'm talking to my partner across the street. Also, what's the address?
770-990-295B.
Another car.
And what time was that?
The guy who's on the other side of the bench.
1907.
1907 was.
Over. She just like jerked the wheel or something.
That's
What's the other call? So the first call was at 1907.
she a refusal?
Yeah. I'll grab her name. I'll grab the complainant's name.
Oh. Yeah, we just need to verify time of operation, so how long after they had observed it did they call?
Was that 1907?
Why don't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, for the first test, I'm gonna have to probably do it in one of these driveways or alleys.
Because you need a line?
Well, no, I just can't have flashing lights.
Oh, okay.
So and unblock the street. So I'll probably take her over to the left of Sword and Soil.
1997 Honda Civic.
He's the caller?
Yeah, well, no, that gentleman with the... He's the one that's got the camera.
Oh, yeah, it's right by Steve. Yeah, so just for the first test, I can't have
Alright, well,
flashing lights for us.
is he getting tape?
Yeah. Do you have some in yours?
I have it in my trunk. I have it in my trunk.
Thank you.
Okay, so all I'm having you do is sign.
Your call has been forwarded to an office.
If you're gonna leave it blocked and throw tape up, if you can just throw his cruise on, or face it outward and just have the front lights on.
Hold off on the tow right now?
Huh?
Do we need to hold off on the tow right now because of him calling the CSD? Let me find out.
I don't know if it's
Just let me know if I get a 10-6 at the time before.
Just so we can
Hold out.
Alright. So, what happened?
I don't know. I
Officer
just.
Greeley, by the way.
What's that?
I'm Officer Greeley, by the way.
Hi, Officer Greeley.
So, give me a rundown on what happened and how we ended up here.
I don't know. I was heading home.
From where?
I was heading home from. Do you have any small clothes in your truck?
you can check.
Yeah.
Where were you heading
It's
home
a
from?
review, so.
I was heading home from the restaurant down the way.
Which one? Where'd you go to dinner? What's that?
I'm not sure what to say.
So you don't know where you went to dinner?
No, I was heading home from the
You don't know which restaurant you went to?
well, I went to
Was it in downtown?
no,
Was it in the
it's
West
right.
End?
It was right here.
What, did you go to the Parkville Market? Like how far? Like right here, like further down Capitol, or right here, like you just left it right down the road?
Yeah.
Aurora's?
No.
What'd you have for dinner?
I didn't,
Anything good? Huh?
I didn't have anything for dinner.
Then where were you going?
I'd go around that hall and then go straight back there.
All right, so you were coming this way towards the highway?
Yeah.
Okay. So how did we end up upside down?
I don't know.
All right. I'm trying to figure where's the best place to do this? Yes.
So basically, the girl that called in 1907, she said right after she heard the boom, she called immediately.
Okay.
She didn't see the actual accident, but she said
Can you
her.
just grab all of her information?
Yep. So she said her boyfriend actually took her out of the vehicle.
Okay.
But the boyfriend is not on scene. I couldn't talk to him, so I tried calling him. He's not picking up at this point.
She knows where this is going because she said she came from the restaurant, but she didn't have anything for dinner.
Okay.
And doesn't want to say where she was coming from.
Okay.
So I'm gonna probably that's the camera. Dude, okay, right? Yep. All right. I'm gonna bring her. Cause I really want to not do this down the road.
Stand by, he's calling in.
I'm going to take her at least in here for the first test. Can we have whoever's car that is either face east and just whatever lights are facing east, have those on and have the back on cruise?
Okay.
So there's no flashing. Alright, then same if we can do the same with this one too.
Okay, so shut off those lights.
Yeah, just have a vehicle
Just
facing
on cruise.
outwards and just the lights that are facing outwards, have those on flashing in on cruise.
Okay. Can you just tell Karen to have his lights?
Is this a good spot for that? Right down the center. Man, can I come talk to you over here? Walk your step right there. I'm gonna go right here. So you have some privacy.
What's that?
So you have some privacy?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you could stand right here for me. What I want to do is I want to do some tests to make sure you're good to drive, okay?
What's
Alright?
that?
I said I would like to do some tests to make sure you're good to drive, okay?
I'm not driving.
You're not driving anymore.
No.
You okay?
Yeah.
What I said is I want to make sure you are good to drive. Because the whole reason we're here is because your car is currently upside down on the road.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure you're good to drive.
Yeah. I'm not driving.
I understand you're not currently, okay?
Yeah.
Alright, so can you stand right here for me?
Yeah.
Right on my flashlight beam, right there. What I would like you to do is put your feet together, like that, and hands by your side, outside of your pockets, okay? Are you diabetic?
No.
I'm disappointed by that.
I wish I was.
Do you have a pen? Yeah, I do. I gave mine to Kara.
Is this good or?
So, were you wearing your seatbelt during the accident?
Yes.
Okay. Did you black out at all?
No.
Smack your head?
No.
Okay. Just make sure your feet are together touching, okay? Just like mine. See?
Yeah.
You got a space. There you go. Okay. Okay. Alright. So you're not diabetic? Do you wear contacts or glasses?
No.
What I'd like you to do is look at the tip of my pen with your eyes, and your eyes only, and keep your head still, okay? Do you understand?
Yes.
Keep your head still.
You want me to?
Yeah, I would just want you to follow the tip of my pen with your eyes and your eyes only, okay?
Yep.
Okay. Keep your hands on the side of your pants, please. Outside your pockets. Thank you. Oh, tip my pen.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Thanks.
No, no.
Thanks. Am I just staying with? Yes.
Gotcha. Yep. Absolutely. Sure. Got all the information. Okay. Grab your information.
Keep your hands outside your pockets, please. Outside your pockets. Almost done with this one.
Holes.
Keep your head straight, please.
Everything he does, he just
Alright. So this next one, I want you to imagine there's a straight line right here, okay? You understand?
Yeah.
Go ahead and put your left foot on that straight line, and if you would like to do this without your, I see you got like little wedges. If you'd like to do them barefoot, you're more than welcome to. It's up to you. Okay? Go ahead and put your left foot on that line. Put your right foot in front of your left with your heel touching your toe. Nope, don't start yet. Just like I am.
I don't understand.
Okay, go back right there. Put your left foot on the line. Put your right foot in front of your left with your heel touching your toe. And put your hands by your side. Stay in that position until I tell you to begin. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay, just like I am. When I tell you to begin, you're going to take 9 heel-to-toe steps on that straight line. You're going to
I'm sorry. Can you slow down?
when I tell you to begin, you're going to take 9 heel-to-toe steps on that straight line. You're going to look at your feet, count your steps out loud, keep your hands by your side, and make sure your steps are heel-to-toe. It's going to look like this. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
I did 3. You're going to do 9, okay?
Okay.
On your 9th step, keep your front foot on the line and take a series of small steps and return with 9 heel-to-toe steps on the line. 1, 2, 3. Again, I did 3. You're going to do 9. Once you start, don't stop. Make sure you look at your feet while you're walking. Count your steps out loud. Keep your hands by your side. And make sure your steps are heel-to-toe. Do you understand?
I think so.
Okay, do you have any questions? Okay. You can begin.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.
Continue the test. Yep. Do you remember the instructions I gave you?
Yeah. You said count 9.
Yeah.
Which is 9.
And then you were supposed to keep your front foot on the line and take a series of small steps with your other foot and return with 9 heel-to-toe steps on the line.
I'm not sure what any of that means.
Do you want to try it again and want me to give you the instructions again?
Yeah.
Okay, let's come back over here for me. Right there. Alright, so again, stand right here, a little to the left. So we're going to imagine a straight line. Okay? Put your left foot on the line. Put your right foot in front of your left with your heel touching your toe, and put your hands by your side. Just like I am.
don't think I can do this.
Do you want to get try? Just like I am, and stay in this position until I tell you to begin. Do you understand? Just how I am. Right foot in front of your left with your heel touching your toe.
1.
Hold on, nope. Right foot in front of your left.
1,
Nope, ma'am.
2.
I haven't told you to start yet. Just see how I'm standing? Just like that. Left foot on the line, right foot in front of your left with your heel touching your toe, hands by your side, and stay in that position until I tell you to begin.
I don't think I can do this. Yeah.
Okay? When I tell you to begin, you're going to take 9 heel-to-toe steps on that straight line. You're going to count your steps out loud, look at your feet, and keep your hands by your side. Hold on. Let me finish instructing. It's going to look like this, okay?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. I did 3. You're going to do 9. On your 9th step, keep your front foot on the line and take a series of small steps and return with 9 heel-to-toe steps on the line. 1, 2, 3. Again, I did 3. You're going to do 9. Okay? Make sure you look at your feet while you're walking. Count your steps out loud. Keep your hands by your side. Make sure your steps are heel-to-toe, and once you start, don't stop. Do you understand? Yeah, okay. You can begin.
You're on the 2.
2, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Remember the turn I instructed you to do? Remember the turn I instructed you to do?
No.
Are you done?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Alright. When do you guys have your department phones? You get at the timer. Alright, go ahead and stand with your feet together, hands by your side. This is the last one. Okay? Feet together just like mine. Heels and toes touching. Thank you. Alright. Stay in that position until I tell you to begin, okay? Okay? When I tell you to begin, I want you to take a foot of your choice, doesn't matter which one. Sarge. Behind you. Well, hold on. I want you to pick a foot of your choice, doesn't matter which one. I want you to lift it approximately 6 inches off the ground. You're going to point your toe and keep both your legs straight, and you're going to look at that foot that you have raised and count out loud. It's going to look like this. 1001, 1002, 1003, until I tell you to stop. Okay? Do you understand? Do you have any questions? Okay. You can begin.
1, 2, One. One, two, three, four, five, six.
What's that?
I'm not sure.
You don't want to continue?
I don't know that I can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay. Now, can you put your hands behind your back corner? I'm going to explain it to you. I'm going to bring you over to my car so you have a little more privacy. Can one of you guys come over here with a flashlight? Thank you. Good. And we're going to walk to that black Tahoe over there on the right, okay? Do we have a female on too?
Grab my bag?
Oh, yeah. Can you grab that purse for her? Yeah. That's hers. We're going to walk this way.
So what's going on?
I'm going to explain it to you over here when we have a little more privacy, okay? Can we stop in at that sidewalk? I'll stand on the side, okay? You want to turn to your right? Do not let him come around the side of my car. Get on the sidewalk, now. Yes, that's what I'm trying to prevent. That's why I was having you turn circle. Take a step. You're obstructing the roadway. Listen, we have a sobriety. Right now, you're being placed on the arrest for operating under the influence, okay? I'm going to go over to that side, okay? Alright, it's currently 7:48. You're being placed under arrest for operating under the influence, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him or her present with you while you are being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of these rights as I have read them? Explain them to you. What?
Yes.
Okay. Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to me now?
No.
So we currently have a checkpoint in downtown. I'm going to take you there. And while we're there, you'll get a phone call and you can have someone come pick you up, okay? Do you have anyone around here that can pick you up? Because I see you're from Brantford.
My husband is on his way.
Okay. When we get there, once we get the process started, I'll let you get a phone call so you can let them know you're going to be somewhere else, okay? And then I'm going to come over to that side and throw your seatbelt on. Whose turn is this?
I don't know. I'll find out.
I have to pull a separate 13 for the 36 if you have any motor vehicle charges.
Yeah.
Let me know. I'm going to... Yeah. Real quick, I'm going to throw your seatbelt on. The guy with the camera. Turn this way, towards me. Towards me. Towards me. Yeah, I'm getting him away from him. I'm en route with one. 515.
I see a Kayla had an issue with the landlord, and now family's getting him involved. She's just driving around until an officer can get there at 1951 10.
Oh my god.
515.
515.
Can you give me a separate 13 for a 36? And I'll be in round to 100 wells with one female starting mileage 166.
10-4. Five 515 and 7181 7181.
Roger, thank you. Signal 15, any mileage 167. Mike, you out here? Can I get that pen back? No, can you do a search, please? No. Can you do a search, please, for a female?
What do you need?
A female for a search. We're gonna have a female just come through you real quick before we go into our machine, okay?
What's that?
We're gonna have a female officer come go through you real quick before we go into the bus. Okay? If you wanna come stand down, just face right here. Give me the hands.
Where are we?
We're at 100 Wells Street. Alright, so we have a checkpoint going on here. So just face the car right
Any
here.
knives, lighters, or anything like that? I just have to
Oh,
ask.
lighters?
Yes.
Yeah, she was
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, I'm just gonna check, okay? These are your keys. One back in there. Do you have a shirt underneath that jacket?
Oh, thank you. Is this the one or yours?
That's yours.
Oh, perfect.
Right there. Yeah. Saw it running down the coat too.
Huh? Put that in her purse. Her husband's was on his way there, so I'm gonna, once we get this process started, I'm gonna have him call so he knows to come here.
Okay, all set.
Oh, sorry. Fine. Walk this way. I'm gonna switch sides with you, okay? What was that?
What's going on?
Well, this is a sobriety checkpoint, and instead of on days that we have these, we're allowed to give people summonses instead of bringing them into booking. All right, we're gonna walk up here. Take a left. I'm gonna go sit in the back corner. Before you sit down, I'm gonna switch them so they're in the front, okay?
You're gonna
I'm
what?
gonna switch the handcuffs so they're not behind your back.
Alright.
You can either put them in there or get a handcuff one hand to the metal.
I don't care.
I'll do this so you don't have to sit here. So once we get this process started, I'll let you get your husband a phone call so you can let him know to come here instead, okay?
Yours?
Right in downtown by Bushnell Park. Can you look at my case number? And have a pen to write it down. Alright, so I gotta read you this form, okay?
Why?
Because I'm required to.
To redo this
No, I gotta
form.
I have to read you this form, this portion right here. Okay? So you're requested to submit to either a blood, breath, or urine test chosen by the police officer, or a drug influence evaluation, or both. If you submit to chemical testing, you will be required to provide 2 samples. You may refuse a blood test, in which case another test will be selected. If you provide chemical samples and the results indicate that you have an elevated blood alcohol content, or the officer determines through an investigation that you are operating a motor vehicle while under the influence of intoxicating liquor, drugs, or both, your operator's license or non-resident operating privilege will be revoked for 24 hours and subsequently suspended for 45 days. As a condition of restoration of your operator's license or privilege, you will be required to install and maintain a DMV-approved ignition interlock device for at least 6 months or longer as required by Connecticut General Statutes, Section 14227A or 14227B. If you refuse to submit to the selected chemical test or the non-testimonial portion of the drug influence evaluation, your refusal will result in the revocation of your operator's license or privilege for 24 hours and the subsequent suspension of your operator's license for 45 days. As a condition of restoration of your operator's license or privilege, you will be required to install and maintain a DMV-approved ignition interlock device for at least 1 year or longer as required by Connecticut General Statute Section 14227A or 14227B. If you hold a commercial driver's license, your CDL will be disqualified for at least 1 year if you refuse to submit the chemical testing or the drug influence evaluation, or the selected chemical test indicates an elevated blood alcohol content, or an officer determines through an investigation that you were operating a motor vehicle while under the influence of intoxicating liquor, drugs, or both. The results of the chemical test or drug influence evaluation, or your refusal to submit to either, may be admissible in evidence against you in any legal proceeding. Ma'am, at this point, would you like to contact an attorney?
What do you think?
I ask every single person.
I don't have an attorney.
Would you like to look through this phone book for an attorney's number?
Sure. Oh,
I wasn't kidding. It's a phone book. I was dead serious when I asked if you wanted to look through a phone book. Would you like to look through it and try to find an attorney's number to call?
I need my glasses. I can't
Are
see
they in-
anything.
Were they in your purse? You know if they're in here?
I don't know.
think they might have been in the car. When I was grabbing your jacket, I think I saw them on the seat. Were they roundish?
Yeah.
Like the squared off ones?
Yeah,
With the,
yeah. So,
you want me to see if I can find the attorney section?
yeah, that would be great.
Alright. Alright. So from, this is where they start for attorneys. Was that a Honda Civic? It's gonna be under the PR1. It was on its roof.
Why do it get bigger on it?
Do you have Moose the Basics number, or is anyone here? Is he? Okay.
This is quite complicated.
Did you find one?
Yeah. Can I call my husband? He'll know what attorney to.
He'll know what?
He'll know the attorney to contact.
He knows, he has your attorney's number? And also let him know that you're going to be at 100 Wells Street.
I'm in trouble. So, can you contact the attorney?
Do you have a number for
An attorney, you know, like, I need an attorney. Yeah. What's that? Yeah. I had an accident, yeah. No one's hurt. Yes, I'm arrested. Do you think Andy Hallier can help? Who? Minicosi?
Does he have a number you can write down so you can call them?
I'm sorry. Where am I?
You're at 100 Wells Street.
I'm at 100 Wells Street.
But does your husband have a number for an attorney you can contact?
I'm detained, yes. Can you bail me out?
I explained that you're going to get a PTA. But right now, you're looking for an attorney to contact.
I'm looking for an attorney right now.
To contact in regards to this. That's what this whole point is, to try to see if you have a number for an attorney to call right now.
I need to call an attorney right now. Okay.
Does he have one for you? His name?
He's looking at our
Can you just put his phone up here until that point?
He's looking at our personal attorney.
Yeah, this is just so you can call to get legal advice for this.
Okay. He's on his way.
Okay. Is he working on getting the number for an attorney though?
Sounds like it.
What was the attorney's name you were looking for?
Nicosi.
You said Minicosi?
Minicosi. Yes. M-I-N-I-C-O-Z-Z-I.
Do you know what the name of the law firm is?
Minicosi Law Firm.
Okay. What's his first name by chance?
David.
Law firm No, it's not listed here.
Not listed.
No,
Does that mean
not in this one.
he's not
Not in this specific one. Oh, is he from where you, down your area?
Yeah.
That's why this was Hartford, Enfield, Avon areas. So, I don't know.
Should I Google him?
Sure.
Sorry, I really needed the glasses. So, what do you think is going on?
What do you mean?
David Minicosi.
Found it?
No. Didn't come up. Obituary. Oh.
There it is. Law Office of David Minicosi. But, yeah, there you go.
I don't think he's going to answer.
Can you just run and make sure it's valid?
Hi David, it's Robin Comey calling. I'm in a bit of a pickle. I used your services. 203-415-5613. Thank you. I don't know.
Keep trying. See if it works.
Oh.
Is that your husband?
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, I'll call Andy. Okay.
Do you have
bye.
a number for that?
Okay. Bye. Okay, bye.
Do you have a number for whoever you're going to call?
Someone else. Another lawyer.
Do you have a number for Andy?
That one.
Did you get the VIN?
Yeah.
Can you write it on the side?
Yeah.
Hold on there. Do you have a number for Andy? Ma'am?
And devil.
What's that? Do you have a number for Andy?
Yeah. 203-671-9040.
9040? He wasn't answering either? Thank you. Ma'am?
Yeah.
Andy didn't answer either? What are you doing
I
now?
heard you were in accident.
Well, we're not. I don't want to be texting right now. You want to
Somebody's.
call an attorney again? Or is this an attorney that you're...
No, that's my
Do you
own.
have an attorney that you want to try to call again? I know you called... Did you call
I called
David
2
twice
attorneys.
and Andy twice?
Yes.
Alright, do you want to try calling before we start texting?
What's Travis's case number?
Do you want to try contacting... calling one of the attorneys again?
Which attorneys?
Either one of the two you just tried to call, or...
I
We're not texting, we gotta call them. Yeah.
understand what you're saying.
Well, you're in a text message. You want to call one of the attorneys?
I just tried to call them twice.
So I'm asking, do you want to try to call them one more time? Alright, are you calling one of the attorneys?
I understand what you're
We're not
asking.
going through text messages here. This is
I
your
know,
chance to
I know.
contact an attorney. This is a chance to contact an attorney.
I know, I'm trying to contact an attorney. They don't like the answer.
Would you like to submit to a
Hold
breath?
on, let me. What?
Would you like to submit to 2 breath tests?
No, I don't want to submit to that.
Did you hear that?
I'm sorry.
Why? What happens if I don't want?
That's the whole form I read to you.
I know. Okay, please reread it, or at least.
You are requested to submit to a blood, breath, or urine test chosen by the police officer, a drug influence evaluation, or both. Choosing a breath test. Okay. If you submit to chemical testing, you will be required to provide 2 samples. You may refuse a blood test, in which case another test will be selected. If you provide chemical samples and the results indicate that you have an elevated blood alcohol content, or an officer determines through an investigation that you were operating a motor vehicle while under the influence of intoxicating liquor, drugs, or both, your operator's license or non-resident operating privilege will be revoked for 24 hours and subsequently suspended for 45 days. As a condition of restoration of your operator's license or privilege, you will be required to install and maintain a DMV-approved ignition interlock device for at least 6 months or longer, as required by Connecticut General Statute Section 14227A or 14227B. If you refuse to submit to the selected chemical test or the non-testimonial portion of the drug influence evaluation, your refusal will result in the revocation of your operator's license or privilege for 24 hours and the subsequent suspension of your operator's license for 45 days. As a condition of restoration of your operator's license or privilege, you will be required to install and maintain a DMV-approved You'll be required to install and maintain a DMV-approved ignition interlock device for at least 1 year or longer. Can you answer? As required by Connecticut General Statute Section... Is that one of the attorneys? All right, let's leave our phone here unless it's one of the attorneys, please. So I'll read that over. As a condition of restoration of your operator's license or privilege, you will be required to install and maintain a DMV-approved ignition interlock device for at least 1 year or longer, as required by Connecticut General Statute Section 14227A or 14227B. If you hold a commercial driver's license...
Is my husband?
1 second. I want to make sure you understand this. That's because your husband's here. If you hold a commercial driver's license, your CDL will be disqualified for at least 1 year if you refuse to submit to chemical testing or the drug influence evaluation, or the selected chemical test indicates you have an elevated blood alcohol content, or an officer determines through investigation that you are operating a motor vehicle under the influence of any intoxicating liquor, drugs, or both. The results of the chemical test or drug influence evaluation or refusal to submit to either may be admissible in evidence against you in any legal proceeding. So it says, if you submit, you have to install and maintain a DMV-approved ignition interlock device that you blow for 6 months or longer. If you refuse, it's a year or longer.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
You understand?
Okay, so...
Would you like to submit to 2 breath tests?
Sure. Which is 6 months.
If you submit, it's 6 months or longer. If you refuse, it's 1 year or longer.
Which doesn't make any sense, but we'll have to change
You
that.
gotta take a deep breath in, do a tight seal around it, don't spit in it, don't stick your tongue in it, don't suck in air, just blow like you're blowing out a set of candles until I tell you to stop, okay? If you wanna watch right here, there's gonna be a blue line, you gotta get it up to around the L and L. Alright, take a deep breath in, and blow. Keep blowing, keep going, 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 good. Now it's going to have a countdown. You wait 15 minutes, do the second one, give you a copy, I give you your summons, and then your husband's here, you're good to go, okay? Is that what they were saying, that her husband's here?
Yes.
Okay. I'll let you. Okay.
Does he know?
He's here. Yep. That's what one of the officers was calling while I was reading you that. That's why I didn't want you to answer, because I wanted you to focus on that. Because you wanted me to read it to you again. I want to make sure you understood it. Okay?
Great.
And you look up time of operation, or... And call Musa Basic. He had time of operation. It was 7:23? That was after the fact. Musa Basic has time of operation. Somebody witnessed and called right away. Musa Basic. Okay.
So,
Yes.
so the whole contacting a lawyer doesn't make a difference right now.
It's just to get a legal opinion. You could call one now if you'd like, but it's up to you. If your husband has one. That's why we gave you
We've tried to...
called like 5 plus times.
Well, no. No. Not 5
It's up
plus.
to you. Call the law offices of David Minicozy. Did I say that right?
We called him and we
Twice.
called my friend Andy.
Andy twice, and then I think didn't we try another one more time after that? You said Andy wasn't answering.
Andy was answering. Even though I sent him a help.
Well, on the bright side, with you saw your car, and you are in one piece. That's the most important thing, right? This could have been a lot worse, right? At the end of the day, no one was. I believe you said you didn't have any injuries.
What's that?
I believe you said you didn't have any injuries, right?
Any
Any injuries?
No.
Like so, we got to look things in perspective. Your car was upside down, and you're sitting here in one piece. And nobody else was injured as well. Okay, so that's
that's great.
That's
super great.
That is great that no one was injured.
It's not really the greatest day of my life, though.
Understandable.
I'm
Is
here.
this still your current address?
Yeah.
What color are your eyes?
Blue.
Hair? I like going off with other people. I don't want to make assumptions. Blonde? How tall are you?
5'2".
Don't get mad at me for this question, but I have to ask how much do you weigh?
Today, 134.
And your social?
049-792. So,
Yes.
I don't know.
Okay. Did you get the numeric they use for capital?
I think this will be on the TV.
I'm sure it will, but that's why because they're only out here because of who you are. They wouldn't be out here for any other time we're doing stuff like this. They don't care.
Who's
So
that?
the guy who I was trying to shield your face from, because they don't care about anybody else who gets arrested for this. So you shouldn't be put under that. Not
389 capital.
389.
Yeah.
You're a person too, and we know no one's perfect, and we all make mistakes. Okay. Did you guys have any infractions or anything? Yeah, I don't have his number. You're the only number I have. Yeah, if you could. Thank you. Bye. Is there a day of the week that works better for you for court?
What?
Is there a day of the week that works better for you for
For
court?
what?
Monday through Friday for court.
Mondays.
Mondays? We'll do the 27th. Okay?
Oh, no. Mondays, 27th, I'm out of state.
Well, it can't be a Monday.
Okay, so, 20. What time in the morning? What time is
9 a.m. 101 Lafayette, Hartford.
3rd,
You want to do a week from today?
Thursday, 23rd.
Okay. It's going to be, so March 23rd, 9 a.m., 101 Lafayette, Hartford. Okay?
In Hartford.
Correct. You'll get a copy of this as well.
Okay.
We got 10 more minutes on the countdown. It's going to cycle through. Which is the last one. I'll do a printout. I'll give you a copy and then you're out of here, okay? Negative after Miranda.
When did the first test come up?
It prints out the whole thing and you get a copy at the end. It's a negative after
Oh,
Miranda.
my computer's in the car. How do I get my car? Where's my car?
I'll go. Alright. Can you just ask him, I know he had time of operation, and where was her car towed to? Or just, yeah, just the time of operation that he had. And then if you want to send me his number so I can get like all the info on the on everything. But if you could also give me where the car was towed, so she had some stuff in there. Yeah, she said your laptop was in there? Okay. So, yeah, just let me know on that stuff and then send me
Can I get
his
that
number.
done tonight?
I'm going to get the tow firm's information so you can try to give them a call, okay? And then once alright? I don't know if they're going to have anyone there to help you out. They might just be on call for tows. So I don't know if they have anyone available. But you can always give them a call and see. Timmy. No.
How much longer?
7 minutes on the countdown. So we'll be about 10. Okay? Because once this countdown's over, it has to do some self-checks. And then once we're done, it'll print out a
Test
copy.
again.
No, it does like a self-check.
But you're going to test my...
Yeah, that's what it
What
is.
is it called?
A breath test. Can we just keep the phone up here? 'Cause I wouldn't, other people on their phones with her. Okay? I'm going to put it in your purse, okay? Hey, where was the car towed to? Hers. Capital Towing. Ma'am.
Okay.
They're at Capital in South Whitney. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, 181 Walnut Street.
Oh.
And what was the time of that?
Capital Towing.
What's that?
Capital Towing, 181 Walnut Street.
1907. Alright, perfect. Yeah. If you could just text me her info. Or I'll give you a call in a little bit. Don't text it. Alright, bye.
Oh. Seriously?
Oh, they're sliding up?
No. Oh, no. They're just.
Oh, they're what? They're at 450.
Water.
I don't, unfortunately.
I know you're not going to totally do that.
God forbid something happens to somebody who drinks water.
What do you mean?
That's could have something else and they'll try to blame us or something.
That so divorced me.
Under 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Can we stay off the electronics?
I have no idea what you're asking me.
Well, within 5 minutes, she'll be out of here. Here. Show us things. So, it's all your information, all the vehicle information. Be in charge of operating under the influence. Again, your court's going to be March 23rd, 9 a.m., 101 Lafayette, Hartford. Okay? I need your signature here. You're not admitting guilt. You're just promising that you're going to appear in court on that day, okay? Go right ahead.
What a waste of time for you. You could be like arresting some real like troublemakers.
The state actually gives us a lot of money a year to do this. That's why we have this fancy bus.
That's why what?
That's why we have this fancy bus.
Noted.
Minute and a half.
people a lot more crankier than I am.
Depends. There's definitely, we get the full spectrum. There's
Just being
some that are,
trying to lighten the load here.
we definitely nowhere near the worst that's been in this bus. Alright, so the countdown done, it's going to do its self-checks for that last breath test. It'll print out a copy, I'll video it, and then walk you out. Alright? So, part of that form, your license is, yep, almost done. Encouraging to do the last test on the route.
Okay. Get a landline you're on it, give you a quick call.
Can I give you a call in a second?
Oh, yeah, you
Got my
should
cell,
give him
right?
a call, because maybe he'll let me go.
7823. I'm sorry, I would love to know your eye off the top of my head.
It's Vinny.
Roger, sir. Yes, I will give you a call. We're almost done.
Alright.
Alright, ma'am. Last one. So same thing as before. Do a deep breath. Do a tight seal. Don't spin it. Don't stick your tongue in it. Don't breathe in, okay? Take a deep breath in. Blow like you're blowing out candles. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Good. Yeah. I was like, I would love to know your eye off the top of my head too. So, revoked for 24 hours. I can either have it mailed to you, or you can pick it up tomorrow evening at the police department. You want it mailed to you? Once this prints out, I'm going to print out, give you everything, we'll get you edited, okay?
Yeah, you'll get my stuff tonight, or no?
You can call the tow firm and see if anybody answers, because it's almost 9 o'clock at night, so they might not have anyone who's actually there, because they have a radio so we can reach out to them, but they're just on call. So I'm not sure if anyone's there for you to be able to get your stuff. But it's Capital going there right at 181 Walnut Street. So, a mile from here. Has to do checks before and after you blow into it. So it checks it before and make sure it's operating properly. You do your test. If calculates that, and then it does another test to make sure it's still operating properly. So it's doing all that, and then it should be printing any second.
I'm sure it's not printing like fantastic. What does it say?
That hasn't gotten there yet. That's just all your information. So you know what the legal limit in Connecticut is? 0.08.
0.08, and now they're moving it.
When's that happening? I know it's been in the works, so
What do we got?
0.08 is the legal limit.
What do I got?
You were at a 0.1446 on your first blow, and your second one, you were at a 0.14. I'm going to staple this all together so you get off the whole copy, okay?
That print out, you see, that's one where you say, don't get the number. You do a copy for yourself.
Doesn't print out down here? You need me to take over this too? Can you undo your hand? There we go. This is your copy. And again, right on the bottom, March 23rd, 9 a.m., 101 Lafayette, okay? I want to get this.
Oh, you're gonna mail that.
Mail it back. Just watch your stuff.
Hey, guy, where's the ride?
Is there anyone out here?
Yep,
Full
Press?
street.
Is there press
Like
on?
a Honda CRV car.
your husband have a Honda CRV, ma'am? Yeah. Right up here. Hold on. Okay, go ahead. Just watch the curb right here. Is this his car?
I'm wearing my glasses, so I can't fucking see. Yeah. that's
Honda
his-
CRV?
Yeah, it's 950.
Yep. 958?
Maybe.
Alright. Have a better night, okay?
Hello. Thank you, officer.
You're welcome. Drive safe. Have a good night. Better night.